You're tuned into Inside Lowell. Inside Lowell podcast brought to you in part by Washington Savings Bank, serving the greater Lowell community for over 130 years. Make the switch now to Washington Savings Bank.
WellPoint. Unicare is now WellPoint. New name, same commitment to Massachusetts. At WellPoint, your whole health is their whole point.
Boston North Company, offering a wide variety of business solutions to help restaurant and retail clients save money. Boston North. Mahoney Oil Company, providing warmth and protection to families in Greater Lowell and Southern New Hampshire since 1925. That's Mahoney Oil. Francis E. Preventia Insurance. For auto, home, business, and life, trust the agency Greater Lowell has counted on for more than 40 years. Francis E. Preventia Insurance. GoPuff. A grocery store right at your fingertips. Use the code Lowell20 to receive $20 off your first order of $21, plus free delivery. Download the GoPuff app or visit gopuff.com today. And by the Massachusetts Pirates, bringing all the hard-hitting action and excitement of arena football to the Tsonga Center in Lowell. Get your tickets today by visiting masspirates.football.com. And now, time for another Inside Lowell podcast. Inside Lowell. If Lowell is your home, this is your place.
Welcome to the Grapefully Yours Wine Podcast. Hi, I'm Jim Campanini, co-host of the show, and this is my other co-host, my good friend, Michael Pigeon, the wine butler. Oh, he's got the nice wine novice shirt on. That's beautiful.
Oh, well,
That was a nice gift, wasn't it?
Oh, beautiful gift. I live by gifts.
Yeah. So, how you doing today? I mean, it was a nice weekend, St. Patrick's Day. What did you do for to celebrate St. Patty's Day?
Oh, we went up a friend's house, Maureen Golden, up in Pelham, New Hampshire, and she had a nice, did it all herself. Potatoes, corned beef, turnip, cabbage, the whole thing. But
So, what did you drink with the corned beef?
I had a couple of Guinness, I did.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I'm not used to it, but
Yeah.
it was good.
Yeah, I like that accent too.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I went to the a revival of the St. Patrick's Day breakfast. Only thing, it wasn't in Lowell; it was in Dracut. You know, at Lindsay's restaurant on Saturday morning.
It has to be. It's the best place to go for funeral receptions or big gatherings.
Yeah.
Where else are you
The
going?
place was packed.
Sure, good for
about
Mike.
400 people or more, and of course the other attraction was because they were honoring Mickey Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, our championship boxer from Lowell. They did the fighter, the movie. Christian Bale won an Academy Award for doing Dickie Eklund, Mickey's brother, and of course Marky Wahlberg played Mickey. But the person who stole that show was Mickey O'Keefe. God bless him, the late Mickey O'Keefe, who was Mickey Ward's real life, trainer and helping him, and of course Amy Adams, one of my favorites,
Of course.
turned out to be his wife or something. But Mickey looked great. The crowd looked great. It went a little long, but they're going to work on it. They're going to work on that because it had been 2 years since because of COVID they hadn't done that. So everybody had a good time.
Good, wonderful.
And the food was hot. The eggs were hot,
Mm-hmm.
At the DoubleTree, Marty, me, and I used to be my big complaint to Marty over there. Of course, Marty didn't have anything to do with it, but I used to blame him anyway. My good friend Marty, man. I said, Marty, how come the eggs are always cold when I show up?
Maybe they do it on purpose when you show up. I don't know.
But it was a great day. The jokes were pretty good. Rodney Elliott and State Rep Rodney Elliott and City Councilor Rita Mercia, they co-hosted the event. They did a good job. So
Wonderful. Good to see it back like that.
Yes, I'm looking forward to next year and everything. But I went down Sunday to see my granddaughter in Narragansett, Rhode Island. So I was dying for clam cakes and clam chowder. So we were by the beach, and Twin Willows is a famous place in Bonnet Shores and Narragansett. The place was mobbed. They had bagpipes, playing the bagpipes, all dressed up in kilts. Everybody wearing green. It was amazing. So we didn't stay there. We had a 1.5-year-old, and so we went to the Bon View, which was further closer to Point Judith. People were all sitting at the bar there around 11 o'clock in the morning, Bloody Marys and Guinness. And we had our clam cakes, and Lennox Grace, my granddaughter, had a great time running around and through and everything else. But that used to be my college hangout over 50 years ago. Yeah, right. I hadn't been there in 50 years.
I thought it was 60 years. 50?
50, yeah, 1974 graduated, but it was brought back a lot of bad memories. Wow. Yeah. But it was fun. So good to see them and everything. And but it was a good St. Patrick's Day. So now we got Easter coming in a couple of weeks, right? Oh, look at me! Look how I'm dressed. I woke up this morning. I was so cold, coming back from Florida, and I'm still in that Florida, mood. I'm cold.
Wait till this weekend. We're supposed to get 2 to 4 inches of snow now. What I hear.
Now you're getting me depressed.
Oh, yeah.
See, I can't wait. I come back from Florida, the first week of March, and after being there for 5 weeks, and you get into that routine, lazy and stuff, man, I feel everything, every click in the temperature. Yeah, well, I feel it.
I'm not a doctor, but I'd prescribe some nice red wine for this weekend if it snows.
Yeah. And the golf course, they opened up the golf course.
Yeah.
But, I can't play in this way. I'm not playing in the cold.
Oh, don't.
So anyway. So the good thing that I do have going, the wine. The wine cellar, and going around looking at these nice wines. And, of course, it's the Easter season. So if you remember last March, we did the show on Lacryma Christi del Vesuvio, the famous wine from Mount Vesuvius and Campania.
A white wine, wasn't it?
It was the white wine. So they got a white and a red. They got the Bianco, the white, which made it out of an ancient grape, Coda de Volpe, the foxtail, tail of the fox. So this is the red, the rosso. Lacryma Christi means the tears of Christ. There's a legend behind that. This is a little harder to get, more difficult to get, but we do have a couple of bottles. I get them at the Vino Italiano in Waltham. David Mayon's a great wine store. All he sells is Italian wines. And this is the ancient Piedirosso. Piedi in Italian means feet. Rosso is red. So Piedirosso, put them together, red feet. It's a bird like a pigeon who goes into these vineyards and likes to perch on top of the vines, the Lacryma Christi vines, the Piedirosso. That's why the locals gave it the name Piedirosso. Now, it is an ancient grape. They believe that the Greeks originally brought it 500 years BC to this area. Campania is, along the western coast, goes right down that coastline to the boot.
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful country, but rocky coastline, volcanic, Vesuvius. And these vines only grow on the slopes of Vesuvius. That's why when you talk about a lot of these the Italian wines, they got a sense of place. They got all these great ancient varietals. They grow only in these areas, that are conducive to these vines that pick up the characters. And I think today we're going to taste this red, and you're going to pick up some different flavors and some minerality to it. So we'll try it. But you tried the white. You like the white.
It's a long time back. I probably hoping I did. It's a long time ago.
The white has a peach, little peach and apricot flavors. It's a golden yellow. It's got color to it. It's not like a pale color. It's got some color to it, but good complexity and aromas. So this wine, this is the top of the line, Lacryma Christi, from a great producer, Mastro Berardino.
Now you said top of the line, which doesn't necessarily mean it's very expensive.
No, but the one we had last year that we bought at Boston Bottle in the North End, and they carry this wine, red and white. That was Sorrentino, a good wine made by Sorrentino, but we got that at a great price, $16.99, both bottles. Remember that? I was shocked. I got this on sale from David Mayone's store. It was $21.99. Okay, you see it if you buy it online. Like I said, there's not too much that's imported into the country. It's like about $25.99, $26.99, but you look for it at a cheaper price. I mean, more inexpensive price. But the David Mayone has it. But and from this producer. This producer is a classic producer in ancient grapes. So it is. What do you think of the fragrance?
It's a heavy fragrance.
Yeah. And I couldn't resist opening this last night, and I kept looking at the bottle. I love this wine, and so I opened it. I said, hey, it'll be okay in the morning. It's still fresh, and but it does have that nice violet smell to it. Cherry.
I get cherry in it. Is it? I still can't get over. We tested so many different wines, and I know they're different grapes, but they all have a little distinct taste of their own. Like they say.
And I think that's what makes these wines wines from different regions. The difference to so, and that's why people, they should get to appreciate those wines and educate themselves on where the wines are, because they're not all the same.
That's
even
nice.
in California.
Yep.
I mean, even California wines across the counties and coastal is different from inland and stuff. So it's nice to learn about these things. But you're right. The Italians, I mean, that's why they only grow Barolo in the Piedmont, Brunello in Tuscany. The grapes do better in different areas, near rivers or lakes and stuff like that. So you can see on the bottle here, it says Lacryma Christi del Vesuvio, because this is known as the, volcanic grape, because it grows on those slopes. And now, last year, I published a column. It was done March 23rd. It ran on InsideLowell.com website. And
it's almost purple.
Yeah. And I'm going to give it to Teddy. He's going to reprint it so you can read it again. And you'll be able to read the history of the grape, the legends behind it. Because it is a fascinating wine, and the history is fascinating. So, so what do you think of it?
I like it. Yeah. You know me, I can't describe it too much verbally, but yeah. It's not extra dry. It's nice. It's a little purplish color on cherry, dark cherry. That's what it is.
And it's not. I don't know. It's tending for medium towards full bodied. Because when I first looked at it, I said, "Gee, it looks a little like a Pinot Noir." But it's darker. It's darker. It's got the ruby highlights. Yeah. But it's also, the taste is heavier. It's more texture to it.
Yeah, dark cherry. That's what I'd call it. Yeah, not overly dry. It's a nice wine.
And so they have this with meats, grilled meats, and of course, in Easter, you're supposed to refrain from meats on, I think, Wednesday and Friday. I'm supposed to be a Catholic, and I am a Catholic. But this is a big Easter Day wine, with the when they bring out the meats and stuff like that. But you could also have it with risotto. Now, the white Bianco Lacryma Christi is a good for fish. They drink it all during the Easter season with fish, and It's very, very nice because it's got a little more that distinctive flavor and minerality, you know. So
What is it, that Italian holiday? The Feast of Seven Fishes, is it?
that's Christmas.
It's Christmas. Boy, couldn't you have
Christmas
that
Eve.
white wine with that? too?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Absolutely.
Too.
Yeah, they drink it all year round, but usually it comes to the top because of you know, the legend behind it, the Tears of Christ. Legend has it that as you know, Lucifer was banished from heaven. Lucifer was the bad angel, and upon leaving heaven, he took a piece of it with him, and God, sensing his loss, and he cried tears that fell into the Bay of Naples. Okay, and around that valley there where the Vesuvius was, and what sprung up on those black lava slopes were vines. So that's one legend, you know, about the tears of Christ, and it's you know, it's stuck. It's a nice story to tell. The other, closer to the point, is there were a lot of monks in the area growing grapes, going way back, okay, to the earliest time, and they took care of the vines and stuff, and they grew the grapes. But of course, everybody loves a legend.
See, when we grew up, we always thought the monks had an isolated life. Maybe they did, but with all the wines they were always growing, it mustn't have been too bad.
I know. Well, yeah.
Too bad.
They sold
every time
they
got
to drink anything.
They cut it all going
and stuff. So it's a nice story. And Mastro Berardino, why that's an important family name is they've had their winery for generations, but they've been strictly local. Okay, so they revived this Piedirosso grape. It was going to be extinct. I mean, after the monks and through the generations and stuff, a lot of these ancient grapes like Falanghina, Fiano, Greco di Tufo, you know, they fell out of favor, you know, and no one was really planting more of the vine, so they were on the verge of being extinct. And it was the Mastro Berardino family that in the late 19th and early 20th century revived the native grapes in Campania in southern Italy. So now if you look at, you know, you look at their portfolio, they've got some of the best Fiano di Avellino, Falanghina, Lacryma Christi. All these ancient grapes have been revived, and they've turned them into some really high quality wines that are revered all throughout southern Italy and even northern Italy. You know, so so I remember even when I was going for my certification and classes, we had to, you know, study a little about the Mastro Berardino family and how they brought all in scientists and stuff like that to study the land and to look at these grapevines and get the DNA characteristics and stuff. So it was quite interesting. So you might try a bottle. Like I said, you could go online and try to find this from some of the big retail outlets, but Vino Italiano in Waltham carries it, and also Boston Bottle in the North End, which has a great little store.
So it's not that easy to get a hold of then. It's a small volume, so the big chains wouldn't be handling it.
So I'd call before you go down there, but Boston Bottle will deliver.
Yeah.
The Boston Bottle, I think 6 bottles or more, they'll deliver or make arrangements.
That adds price on it.
Vino Italiano, you'll have to go pick it up, but take a look at it. Okay, so did I mention that this InsideLowell.com podcast is coming from our new Wellpoint Studios?
Wellpoint Studios, yeah.
Yes. So I want to get that in there before Teddy fires me, you know? So, okay, so here's that. Now, I got a little surprise. We tried this before, but you have an Easter dinner or any dinner, and then you come out with your plate at the end of desserts. In Italian, we call it dolce, the sweets, right? And we usually like to have biscotti, almond biscotti, at the end of our meal with tiramisu or something like that. So always have a nice sweet dessert wine on hand. The French, have nice Sauterne, which is world famous. Oh, Chateau de Yquem is one of the best.
Yeah. I've had that before. Very good, but make no mistake, it is a dessert wine. It's not a wine to be had.
So that's why it comes in a small, slim bottle like this. You don't drink a whole lot of it.
No.
But it goes with the sweets. Okay, and what makes this so interesting, it's called Bellini, but it's Vin Santo del Chianti. Now, this is the Italian version of what the French call sauternes. And every region of Italy has their own dessert wine, okay? But this is made in the Chianti region from Sangiovese grapes, okay? So it's 16% alcohol. So you sip it with your biscotti, or like my father, my uncles, my mother used to dip it in the Chianti and stuff, and I do.
That probably gave me an excuse to put more in the glass because I can't dip it in.
But what
it's powerful. It's almost like a bourbon or something, or a port. It's strong. You got to get ready for it.
You can smell it. Oh, it's got a beautiful nutty caramel smell in the glass, like a port, and look at that nice amber color. And so you're sitting around, and after the meal, it's a digestive also.
It is very nice.
So you sit, you talk a little, you're winding down, and you have a little dessert. It just adds a little elegant touch, to any meal and stuff. It's really classy.
It is. It's a nice final step.
Oh, I just love that taste.
It's not that the alcohol content is potent. It's just the taste is potent.
So how would you describe this taste for people out there?
Well, you hit it. It's almondy or nutty or something.
Good boy. You're getting better.
And I like the goldish hue. It's got that goldish orange hue.
And the texture's got a sweet texture. It just flows. It flows on your mouth. But almonds, nuts.
A little syrupy taste to it.
Syrup, a little syrupy taste. So
that's why you sip. It's got to be sipped,
but you put this by the fire. It's just beautiful. Just adds another dimension to the whole meal.
Good finalization of a good day.
Yeah. So this I got this at a nice recommendation from Sam Messina at the Wine Connection. And it's not cheap because it takes extra fermentation process to make these wines. But this was $34, I believe. $34. There are some more less expensive versions of it, but you know what? It's from a classic region, from a classic noble grape, and I think you'd be really, really happy if you tasted this and had this as your, with the family all around and had this. Give them something different. Give them a different taste.
And a little goes a long way with that, too.
Yes.
Because it's a sip. You're not going to pour somebody half a glass.
Right. So Teddy, the Greeks have dessert wines, too, right? Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Very sweet red.
Yes. So everybody has it. Like I said, the Sauternes from France, they're from the Bordeaux region. They can run to hundreds of dollars a bottle, but you can buy them. You can even buy the half bottles of them, for $20 to $30. But they're great wines to become familiar with. For, like I said, special occasions, celebrations, meals, but they do calm you. They use this a lot for digestives. Just like the limoncello. They also have limoncello in Italy, the yellow sweet dessert wine.
Used to love that grappa.
Yes, grappa. So too. So you can even taste these. Go up, see Sam, taste it, see if you like it. Lacryma Christi, and top it all off with the Vin Santo del Chianti.
Sam is good with those. He must taste all of them because he'll ask you what flavors do you like, and he'll point you to a dessert wine that has that little bit of almond you might like, or limoncello, or different.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, listen. So until next week. But I gotta say, one of the big things I've noticed lately, the big trend that we've read about, even in Wine Spectator, the wine that's capturing everybody's attention, even in America right now, is Sauvignon Blanc. And we haven't talked about Sauvignon Blanc in a long time in Sancerre. So I think in the next coming weeks, we might take a look at a couple, okay? Because it's one of the only wines in America that has increased its volume sales. Everything else seems to be flat right now. People are still buying wine, but we're going to talk about the reasons. Why is Sauvignon Blanc all of a sudden the favorite of the crowd? So
maybe it's like rosé is still popular, but that went through a real growth spurt for a while, and now Sauvignon Blanc. Why, I don't know either.
So we're going to talk about that. Okay. So until next week, any closing thoughts, Mike?
Oh, maybe this will make us forget about the snow this weekend.
Okay.
Happy days.
May the wine be with you. Have a good week.